Welcome back to the Wall Street Podcast. Today, we're doing a deep dive into a pretty crucial report from Citi Research. It was released September 15, 2025. It's based on their 2025 China Online Gaming Tour. It gives us key takeaways from meetings, both virtual and on-site, with top Chinese gaming companies. We're talking performance, strategy shifts, future growth across four main players: Century Huatong, Giant Network, Gbits, and Kingnet.
Right. And what really jumps out is this consistent theme innovation, global expansion, and maybe most importantly, how AI is starting to reshape the whole sector. The report points to some solid structural tailwinds, too, helpful policy support, better execution from the companies, stronger footing overseas, and more direct distribution.
Okay, so with those big themes set, let's zoom in a bit. How are individual companies doing? Starting with Century Huatong, they seem to have impressed Citi. High product hit rate noted, especially Whiteout Survival and Kingshot. Looks like it's extending their profit growth cycle out to maybe 2028, 29. And Whiteout Survival specifically, generating $350 to $400 million monthly. Grossing. That's global. Wow, those are huge numbers.
They really are. It validates Century Games' ability to operate these, strategy titles effectively. And Kingshot hitting $100 million monthly within just 6 months, that seriously impacts their profit trajectory, pushes expectations well beyond 2027.
Okay, moving to Giant Network, they showcased Supernatural Action. The report suggests it could be their next big DAU title, daily active users, that is, apparently driven by really high engagement, over 2 hours average daily time spent, and it seems to appeal strongly to female gamers.
And crucially, it achieves much better gross profit margin, GPM, and lower traffic acquisition costs, something like 20% of grossing. That's down to its social nature and direct distribution channels.
So connecting that to the bigger picture.
Well, this ability to get strong engagement with low acquisition costs, plus Giant's adoption of AI for things like graphics and efficiency, it positions them pretty well against those rising traffic costs across the industry.
Makes sense. What about Gbits? The report highlights their growing overseas presence, Scepter and Sword, and they've got Wenjian Shang launching soon in places like Hong Kong, Macau, Taiwan, Japan.
Right. And management seems focused on genres they know they're good at. They're aiming for sort of universal gameplay that can travel well globally.
Interesting. And financially.
This is important. Their shareholder return policy still intact, a 70% plus earnings payout. That signals pretty strong financial health, confidence in their more selective product pipeline and their self-operated distribution.
Okay, and finally, Kingnet. They're leveraging the Chuanqi IP that's a really iconic game series in China, consolidating it through their 996 Game Center, aiming to boost information services revenues, it seems. But also, they're heavily into AI gaming initiatives.
Yes, deeply involved. Their AI companion app, EVE, showed really high retention, high daily time spent in internal tests. And they have this tool, soon, an automated game development tool. It positions Kingnet as maybe a key proxy for China's whole AI gaming development push, exploring new monetization beyond just selling games.
Right. We've touched on AI a few times. Let's dig into that with our first question. How specifically does the report show AI reshaping the competitive landscape and revenue streams right now?
Well, Kingnet's approach is really multifaceted. EVE, as I mentioned, isn't just a game companion. It's being tested as an AI agent for transactions, think of food delivery, targeted ads. Combine that with Soon for generating 2D assets, it suggests they're moving towards broader AI service platforms, not just gaming tech, and that could potentially lower their own traffic costs for games, too.
So broader applications.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Giant Network is also investing. AI for graphics, content generation, even coding assistance. They're looking for efficiency gains and maybe new gameplay elements in titles like Supercess.
Okay, very interesting on the AI front. Here's something else that caught my eye. International expansion. What are the common strategies? What's actually working for these Chinese companies going global?
Yeah, that's a key question. It seems to boil down to localization and smart genre focus. Gbits, for example, emphasizes universal gameplay, but also strengthens coordination between ops, localization, and dev teams. Century Huatong's Whiteout Survival hit big in diverse markets, US, Europe, Japan, apparently, by tapping into what the report calls unmet middle-class demand.
Unmet demand. Interesting phrasing.
It is. And Giant Network, while maybe a bit more cautious, plans careful content adjustments for overseas, so the trend is clear. Adapt your content smartly and have strong operational capabilities on the ground.
Got it. So strategy, AI, global reach, how does this all feed into the bottom line, particularly with user acquisition costs generally rising?
Mm.
What's the report say about profitability?
Well, it highlights some smart cost management, actually. Century Huatong, for instance, sees acquisition costs for Whiteout Survival trending down as the game matures. And Kingnet benefits from better ROI, return on investment, because of the halo effect from previous successes.
Makes sense. Leverage existing wins.
Precisely. Giant Network's supernatural action, as we said, keeps acquisition costs low, around 20% of grossing, thanks to its social features and direct distribution. Gbits uses its self-operated channels for better margins and is prudent with spending on mini-games. And Kingnet's 996 platform aims to avoid those costly bidding wars on traditional ad channels, offering developers a better cut.
So it's a shift away from just throwing money at marketing.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a move towards building organic engagement and using more strategic, efficient distribution methods.
Okay, fascinating insights for investors. But stepping back, how might these developments in China's gaming sector actually, influence the general public, people's daily lives?
Well, connecting this to the bigger picture, you could simply see more high-quality, innovative Chinese games becoming available globally. More choice for you as a gamer. But perhaps more profoundly, look at Kingnet's EVE. If that AI companion evolves beyond gaming, maybe helping with food orders, music generation, daily tasks, AI could shift from being this background tech to more of a personal assistant integrated into your routine. It shows how gaming innovation often spills over, into broader tech that affects how we interact with services.
That's a really interesting perspective. So that wraps up our deep dive into the Citi Research report on the China online gaming tour.
Yeah.
Certainly clear that innovation, global strategy, and definitely AI integration are shaping the next phase for this dynamic sector.
Right. And maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to consider. As AI keeps blurring these lines between gaming, social interaction, even personal assistance, how might your own digital engagement change in the years ahead?
Thank you for joining us. We hope this deep dive provides you with some valuable insights.